Yeah, if you want to draw, you can. Welcome back to the channel. Back in the sprint car down here at Circle City. Working on putting a seat in. The mystery machine, the motor has been getting rebuilt, but our good buddy Todd had to go back to Australia, so I'm mounting a seat in here. So I put grease on a bolt, and then you just kind of like slide it in or out, and you can just kind of like boom. Where is it? There it is. But you know, just to mark the holes, it's always kind of a pain. But so we're at the track. I'm mounting a seat, doing you know, normal stuff on a Sunday. Pilot drill makes it easier. So I always get the bottom set and the height all set. I always put a little bit of spacer in the back or in the bottom. Just eyeball the center. It's a hair to the left. Like this is probably center here. It's a hair to the left, but that's okay. That ain't gonna hurt me. This has the room to put grease on it, and you just slide it through and boom, you know, like dab it with some grease, but that's kind of how I do it. It makes it easier to get the bottom all mounted, because that one's easy to drill and mount and do everything. And then do the grease on the end. You know, there's a ton of room here. A lot of the times there's not this much room, which makes me wonder how far back the tank is. No, it looks like the A-frame is shoved forward on this car. Maybe I'm getting skinnier, or I've crashed and it's just bigger. I don't know, one of the two.
You gonna take some straps and maybe suck it in a little?
Yeah, I might have to pull that arm guard off. And...
yeah, that's really big.
Yeah.
And you were like, this is one of my good seats.
That's what I thought. Well, the bottom fits good, so it's just bent. Got the seat all in. I think we're in the third heat. So, of course, me and Travis, we're always in the same heat. So, they got like 24 cars, 4 heats of 6. Time to get in an engine heat. Yet again, another new sprint car ride. Not necessarily new ride, new car. Got done with practice, qualified. I think we were second in our group. Travis was quick time, but man, I just back it in so hard. This is actually warm from the tire rubbing it, and it ended up spinning me out because, well, this just drags here, and it's an issue I have. And you know, not everybody backs it in the way I do, and so I get a lot of grief for that issue that I have, but I'm not everybody, and I'm not like anybody. I do my own thing, and it works for me, and so sometimes you just got to do what works for you, even if it's not what everybody else does. So to help fix my problem, I extended the panhard bar and moved the axle over. You could see I moved it over maybe an inch, and it gave me an inch more clearance there. So then it was kind of overlapping and hitting here. This ball here would cross over and hit that, so we spaced this down to make it to where it gave me some more angle. Track's gone, so just kind of the normal. We reblock the front, you know, instead of running, you know, we're usually, you know, like 3/4 in, 3/4 out, or half in, half out of the front. Reblocked the front higher and just left it flat off the blocks. Lee's back there measuring stagger. We're gonna take some stagger out, get the right rear, move the right rear in, just kind of normal things. We put some fuel in it.
Front dribbles right here. The torsion stop fell off of the car, and so there was no left front bar in the car. The car was just falling down and compressing the shock all the way. And so the car acts real funny. Watch when I get out of the throttle, it falls down on the left front, and then it's floating the left front real funny here. It's pretty interesting to watch. Watch how much of a struggle this is. No left front bar, no shock, it's just rigid. It's pretty hard to get out of that gate anyways.
Track's super rough. It broke off a stop over here. We got aluminum stops on it, and it broke a stop off, so halfway through there, it just kind of, the car kind of got a little evil. I think what it was doing is it just had this thing all bottomed out, and so then it was just rigid, you know, on the left front. But we managed to pick up a heat race win, so that's good. Should catch the invert, whatever that may be, but got to get a stop on that, reblock the front end. Yeah, just kind of keep an eye on the track. It was so rough. We had pulled the right rear end, you know, a bunch, and it looked like it was real rough, so we moved it back out. But yeah, just kind of got to keep an eye on the track. hey, thanks for watching TmezTv. We're local racing. It's kind of nice. Just easy night, you know, like didn't have to qualify. There's always a lot of pressure when we qualify, so we didn't have to qualify. You know, got out of the heat race. Should make an invert or a redraw spot, you know, so happy to be at the racetrack. So took some stagger out. It's kind of a gamble tonight, honestly, so it has so much texture. We're gonna leave the right rear out more than we probably should or would on a slick track as it is, but it does have holes, so hopefully we just ended up with a good one, you know, draw good, whatever. So Jake Swanson, good to see him back at the track.
What other race car can pull wheelies over the infield tires? I can't even see at this point. Just throwing that out there. Set it down. It blows it back up because these are 900 horsepower race cars, and they are awesome. steering. I start kind of going back and forth. Got my hand out here on the pitman arm to make sure it's not loose. It ended up being the steering clamp moved up off of it. Video at the end.
How bad was it out there? Dude, so my steering gear fucking came undone, and so this thing kept my wheel kept moving and everything was moving. I'm like, I thought it was a combination arm or something, and I just kept, oh, okay. Wait, you're not out of control yet. We need pictures.
Yeah, we gotta have a
Pictures, sorry. Never done this before. Long time listener, first time caller.
You want the trophy? I got you.
great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So, yeah. So I was like, so I think my camera shut off, but I muscled through. We got the lead, we gave it back, got the lead again, and held on to the lead. I kind of had a little bit of a steering issue. I don't know if you can see it. So, had a little bit of steering issue. This thing is supposed to sit down here, and I had to move the steering wheel from these holes to move the steering wheel down. So, this thing was, man, I about pulled in because so basically, if I would turn left or right, this thing would go forward and backwards. Really thought that was gonna end it, because I could tell that the steering wheel was just in a different place all the time, so I kept having to take the wheel off and readjust it. But hey, this camera's still on. Hi camera, you got loose. Oh well. Apparently I didn't do a very good job there. But hey, First time in the 77 AU down here at Circle City, and we picked up a win. So hey, thanks for watching TmezTv. What a great night at the races. Had to yank my seat out. I got like 6 seats. I don't really have any on me, so running a different car next week. You guys will all find out. I think this is like the 7th sprint car I've been in this year. Pretty stoked. The 5th win in a different car. First night in it, man. I feel pretty stoked. Thank you, Tyler, Surgeon. You got some nice race cars. They're fast.